Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problems 15 and 16 under exercise 9.1. The problem is, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees which is approaching the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. So find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Right. So here in this case, you see whenever the problems are lengthier, you just read it twice or thrice. Right. So that it will be easy for you to draw the diagram. You see, a straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. So anyway, there is a tower. Okay, there is a highway, there is a road. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees. Okay, a man is standing on the top of the tower and he is observing a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees. Right, and the next angle of depression is 60 degree. So what does it indirectly means? So initially a car is at some distance from this tower and here this angle is 30 degree. Right, you see, which is approaching the foot of the tower with the uniform speed. Okay, the car moves with the uniform speed. So after 6 seconds, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. Right, so initially car is at this place. After 6 seconds, the car is found to be somewhere here. And now the angle of depression here is, okay, now the angle of depression at this spot here, it is 60 degrees. Right. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Okay, we have to find the time taken by the car. Right, to reach the foot of this tower. Okay, this is your tower. To reach the foot of this tower, you have to find the time. Right. So, again, okay, for this problem, the same diagram in a better way. Right. So, this is your tower. And these are all the two positions of the car. One is at 30 and another is at 60. Right. And here we are having, that is since it is an angle of depression, right? This is your horizontal line and you have to always draw the diagram like this. Right. So from this point, initially the angle of elevation is, angle of depression is 30. So from this horizontal level, you are bending a little bit to view this car. Again, you see by this alternate angles, when this angle is 30 degree, automatically this angle is 30 degrees. Right. Similarly, when you look at a car, when it is at point C, you are bending a little bit more. Right. So this angle is 60 degree. Again, when you look at this spot, when this is 60 degree, this point, okay, this angle is also 60 degrees. Right. So what is the thing we need to calculate? We need to calculate the time taken by the car. Okay, you see the time taken by the car, okay, to reach the foot of the tower. That's the thing. So first consider the triangle A, B and C. Right. So again here we are going to move with this because indirectly speed is related with length, right? So here in this case, you see we are taking the triangle ABC. So tan 60 degree is equal to AB by BC. Right. So what is tan 60? It is root 3 is equal to AB by BC. We don't know the value of AB as well as BC. So let it be as such. So the value of AB is nothing but root 3 into BC. Right. Now consider the bigger triangle. So here the triangle is ABD. So again move on with tan ratio. So tan 30 degree is equal to AB by BD. Right. And this BD can be written as BC plus CD. Right. And tan 30 is nothing but it is 1 by root 3. So again just do a multiplication here. You see AB can be replaced with root 3 BC. So in the place of AB, rewrite with root 3 BC here. Now do a cross multiplication. So when you cross multiply, what happens? 1 into BC plus CD is BC plus CD. And here it is root 3 into root 3 BC. Right. Or root 3 BC into root 3. Anyway, all are in the form of multiplication. So Here BC plus CD is equal to root 3 into root 3 becomes 3. So here it is 3BC. Now I am going to combine the BC terms together because here I am having 3BC and here I am having a BC. Therefore CD is equal to 3BC minus BC. So 3BC minus BC is, it is just like 1BC, right? So 3 minus 1BC is 2BC, right? Therefore BC is nothing but CD by 2, right? So finally we had find BC is CD by 2, right? So here the given hint is time taken by the car to travel CD. Okay, again we will look back at the question. It is 6 seconds. You see here they had given clearly, right? 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees, right? Initially it is 30. After 6 seconds, it is found to be 60, right? So, time taken by the car to travel CD is 6 seconds, right? Here, time taken by the car to travel BC, right? We have to find this. So, what is BC? BC is nothing but CD by 2. So, here it is 6 seconds. So, 6 by 2 is 3 seconds, right? So, here why we are going by this way is because they had clearly given that the car travels with a uniform speed. What do you mean by uniform speed? You see, if the speed get varied, we can't do by this method. We can't do this calculation, right? You see, here they had clearly mentioned travel with a uniform speed, right? So, only if the uniform speed is given, we can go by this way, right? Or else we can't do this because you see, between C and D, if the car travels with a speed of 50 km per hour, right? And between C and B, if the car travels by 70 km per hour, how can we calculate? It is impossible to calculate. So that is the reason why here they are clearly mentioned the uniform speed, right? So anyway, finally, the time taken by the car is found to be 3 seconds, right? Now we will move with our next problem. Problem number 16. The angles of elevation of the top of the tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary, right? Prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. So there is a tower, right? And there are 2 points, okay? You see, there is a tower. And here we are having some 2 points, right? So one is at a distance of 4 meter and the other one is at a distance of 9 meter from this tower, right? And you see, they are in the same straight line. You see, straight line with it or complementary, right? I'll explain you what is complementary. Find the height of the, prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. Okay, we have to prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter here, right? So, you see, this is the diagram, right? So, what do you mean by complementary? When you add 2 angles, the summation should be equal to 90 degree. That is known as complementary, right? They are known as complementary angles. So, here you see, initially I am taking this angle as A, right? Then what about this angle? It should be 90 minus A because once you add these 2 values, you should get the answer as 90 degree. So when you add, you see what happens? A plus 90 minus A, right? This A and A will cancel and finally we will be getting 90 as answer, right? So the same concept here. So complementary is nothing but sum of 2 angles is 90 degree. So here I have taken one angle value as A, right? The other value I don't know. So let it be X. So A plus X is 90 degree. Then what about X? X is equal to 90 minus A, right? So now consider the triangle. Now consider this part, okay? A, B and C, right? We have to prove that the height of the tower is 6 meters, right? So again we move on with the tan because we know the value of adjacent side. We have to find the opposite side. So tan 90 minus A is equal to AB by BC, right? So tan 90 minus A is nothing but cot A and the value of BC is 4. So just substitute it and finally the value of AB is 4 into cot A. Let this be equation number 1. Now just again look at this triangle. Consider the triangle A, B and D. Right. So again move on with the tan ratio. Right. So tan A is equal to AB by this BD. Right. What is the length of BD? It is 9. It is directly given in the problem. So just substitute it here. Tan A is equal to AB by BD and BD is 9. So AB is equal to 9 into tan A. Let this be your equation number 2. Right. So here we have to prove that the value of AB is 6. Right. So in order to prove that, here we are multiplying 1 and 2. So when you multiply, what happens? 1 into 2 implies, right? So on the left hand side, so here we are multiplying. Okay, this is your 1 and this is your 2. So AB into AB is equal to, that is we are multiplying left hand side terms. AB into AB equal to, then we have to multiply right hand side terms. 4 cot A into 9 tan A. Right. So AB into AB is AB square and 9 4s are 36. Cot A can be written as 1 by tan A. That is reciprocal of tan A. So these two terms cancel. And finally AB square is equal to 36. Therefore AB is equal to square root of 36, which is 6 meter. Right. So what is AB? So from this diagram, AB is nothing but it is the height of the tower. And you see in the question we have to prove that height of the tower is 6 meters. So here finally we have proved that height of the tower is equal to AB, which is 6 meters. Right. So here comes the end of this video. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.